Hi, pardon the interruption on the wonderful presentation that Michelle is doing on sex and disability. I'm Dee, the CEO of ADAPTS Training. One of my specialties is being a sexologist, so this is definitely a subject that I'm passionate about and been wanting to do for some time. And to put my money where my mouth is, I have enlisted the assistance of my newly turned 18-year-old Lockie and his psychosocial coach, Alex from Console Coaching, to do a trip to a sex shop and make it real for you. And Alex will be discussing from a carer's point of view, and Lockie is definitely putting in his opinions as they go. So enjoy.
Damn, bro, you freezing up? That's crazy.
So we're visiting a sex shop today, with Locke.
Yep.
Um,
I want to buy my brother a dildo to put on his door. Thought it'd be funny.
that's love. Yeah. So we were discussing beforehand. So we're filming in the car because we actually can't film in the shop. There's a massive thing that says you're not allowed to film in here. But the reason we're doing it in the car, we are at a sex shop, you might be asking, is because it is a very taboo subject that a lot of people don't really like talking about, nor do they like talking about it to a stranger. I mean,
Yeah.
even just talking about this with Locke here, who I've known for, a good 2 years now.
Yeah. 2 years.
It's
2
still
years?
it's about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
60%. Yeah.
It's still even a little bit awkward, because you're talking about something that's quite private, which is, masturbation and sex and all the things that we,
All things are natural, by the way.
all things that are
Shouldn't
natural.
be ashamed of it.
That's right. But it is a very confronting topic to have to talk with a support worker, or to talk with a worker, or even a friend, or even family members as well. It's not something you'd bring up.
Yeah.
So I guess the reason for making this video is to sort of break down the steps of it and sort of realize that it is something that we should engage more in conversation with, and we should support our clients per se to be able to explore these things without feeling ashamed or feeling any sort of guilt as to why they're walking into a sex shop, because it is quite, I guess, it's quite natural. It's just another shop, and it serves a purpose, and it shouldn't be something that I guess is,
Frowned upon.
frowned upon. Yeah, exactly.
Seen as a negative thing.
Yeah,
Because it's not. It's natural.
that's right. It's a very natural thing. Sex, pleasuring, all that stuff. It's things that every human does, and sometimes people just want to explore a little bit further. So this is what it is. As you can see, I'll flip the camera, I'll flip the phone. So we're just outside the shop now, and we're going to go have a look-see around. Like I said, not able to take any video footage inside because it does say that they don't allow cameras in there. But we're just we're just going to have a look, and then when we come back, what we'll do is I'll do another little video of how our experience was, and just sort of just to see how we found it. But before we go in, I guess Lockie hasn't actually ever been in a sex shop before.
No,
He's just turned
18 recently.
Yeah, just turned 18. So, what are your expectations? What do you expect to see in a sex shop?
Just dildos on shelves, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Fleshlight galore.
Yep, some flashlights.
Vibrators, of course. All the doodads, jickaby dads.
Doodads and chickpea dads.
That you would see in a shop like this.
Yeah. So, what are your expectations of the person that's going to be working there? What do you think they're going to be like?
I don't think they'll really care. Like,
Yeah.
if they're working at a sex shop, it's just whatever.
It'll be pretty chill, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously, Lockie's bang on the money there. We'll see a lot of that, but a lot of people who have disabilities might find this quite overwhelming, and they might think that they'll just be thinking, I guess you can say, the worst possible thing that they could, that they're going to be shamed, or they're going to be made to feel like they're dirty, and all these things have popped up before in conversation when I've talked about sex with my clients. But as we're about to see after the video, it's all quite natural, and it's all quite it's just another experience. It's like walking into Kmart for dildos. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Wow, this is a sick edit. I'm gonna just take a picture of where I am for my friends to know.
So we just went into the sex shop. There was a few little interesting thingy-doos in there.
Copyright.
Yeah. What do you think? So what was it? So that was Locke's first experience in a sex shop.
Yep.
I'm sure he. Yeah. Well, I'll let him explain. How was
that? For one, just with the person at the desk, they'll chill, as I thought. So they're not there to shame you or anything or comment on anything. If you need some information, they'll give it to you like any other clerk worker. But it was fine. There were a bunch of options.
Yeah. Did you feel like when you walked in there that did you feel nervous at all or anything?
No, not really. No? It's kind of just me.
Yeah.
I'm just built that way. But yeah, no, it was fine. Like I didn't feel nervous in any way. It wasn't anything like, there was sex stuff, but it wasn't like, didn't feel different from just walking into a normal store, really.
Yeah.
It was just something that's specialized.
Yeah. And did you find that the products in there, were they confronting to look at? Did you
No, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, just a good laugh.
I've got a pretty stupid sense of humor. So for anyone some of it could be confronting.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get forced to look in that one section. You can look away, look around. If there's something you need to know, as I said, the person working the desk was very nice. They'll give you any information.
You can kind of see though how someone who has never stepped foot in a sex shop, and on top of that, the fact that you've never stepped in a sex shop, then there's obviously the layer of having a disability, and possibly not having any networks to talk about their sexuality or how they feel with someone else. So stepping into a place like this for someone like that could be quite a big deal for them, couldn't it? Like it could actually be extremely confronting.
It can. I'm just extremely lucky to have the people I have around me to tell me and walk me through all these things. It was fine for me, but I do see how it can be confronting for someone with a disability as well, like me. It's just about talking through it and just understanding that it's fine. Yeah,
exactly. And it's also quite confronting, I guess, for the worker as well. Because they might not be that clued on or savvy about it, or they might actually have their own bias towards walking in a sex shop and seeing phallic objects and adult movies, and everything was there. There was boobs, there was butts, vaginas, all that stuff. There was all that stuff right in your face, so it can be very confronting. Sexy maid outfits, yeah.
I'm into a cop woman, but that's just me.
So lucky.
I wouldn't mind being cuffed. Just saying.
Oh, there you go. You heard it here first. So it can be it's extremely confronting, not just for the client, but for the staff as well. And I think it's really important when you're supporting someone through self-exploration and I guess stepping into a shop like this, that as a worker, that you yourself don't project your own feelings of being nervous in the shop or walking in with your client, because it could obviously rub off on them as well. but it is something. It is a bit of an experience for workers and clients alike to be able to experience and be open about it, because at the end of the day, it's just sex.
It is.
That's all it is. It's just sex, and everyone is entitled to like it different ways and introduce obviously different things to enhance it. So I think destigmatizing the talk of sex and sex toys and all that in a sort of friend to friend relationship like what we have is really important. But also from a worker to client base as well. That's how you bridge those really uncomfortable topics of conversation, and the more you engage in that, the easier it becomes, and the more open communication you'll find that you have, not just in areas of sex and exploration, self-exploration, but also in other areas of just having honest conversations about it. And you want to laugh about it, you can, or if you want to be serious about it, you can be serious about it as well. But that was a pretty cool experience. Too bad you couldn't see the schlongs and the dildos and
doohickeys and the doodads.
The doodads and the diddy dongs.
Diddy dongs, yes.
Yeah.
Diddy
And
dongs, willy wongs.
And the special penis pumpies.
Which by the way can increase growth apparently if you do it over time.
Yeah.
It's just a fact I learned from the worker.
Yeah, she was actually quite nice to.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was like a, will last for a couple of hours type thing, but no, she explained it with continuous use, it can grow.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the gym. She explained it, which was very good.
Yeah, she used layman terms like, let's go to the gym for your dick.
Yeah, you can't work out once and expect it to grow. You have to work out continuously.
Yeah, which makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I thought that was great.
Which is why we left a down payment on one, so we'll pick it up next week. Yeah. All right, well, that's a wrap. Sorry you couldn't come in there. Like I said, no, there were no cameras allowed in there, and all that. But I'm sure if you want to find all these things, you can find them online.
AdamandEve.com.
AdamandEve.com, yeah.
It's a reputable, a good sex shop site to go to.
Yeah, nice.
I know that because I watch YouTube.
Yeah. There you go, YouTube.
No,
yeah. Was it YouTube?
They were sponsored. Wellbe was sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Oh, that's when you got the sex doll. Yeah, and he kept slapping her head. Okay, well, all right. See ya. That was it. Hopefully there's not too much editing for you to do, D. Bye.